by things that Web3 has to offer. The game has lots of story. There's a very deep lore, lots of characters. I don't know if you remember, we have lots of heroes, and these have very deep personalities. Some of them are good and bad at the same time. You have to learn their personalities, their skills to make the most out of the game. The game is started in Solana network, but now we're doing a transition to be also in Ethereum. It's some news that we released not long ago, I think like 2 weeks ago, and we're really excited about this. We expect to have a playable demo quite soon, next year, first quarter. It's gonna be a player versus player arena where people can actually play the game. So we're super excited about that.
Very interesting. And if you can just kind of draw some parallels to a Web2 game that most of us might be familiar with, what would that game be?
Many times this has been questioned, and I think the best answer we can give is imagine XCOM, the tactics, how you play XCOM, and then how you have to hide and think carefully where you do and who to attack with what. But you in XCOM the characters are kind of disposable, and there is no bond to the character. So they kill your soldier, and you get another one, and you keep going. So there's not this relationship or deep story with your soldiers or your characters. So imagine Mass Effect in the other side, that there's huge emphasis on the characters, and you get to love them, although the gameplay is not as cool. So imagine if you mix these two, you would get Angelic.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. Awesome. And you mentioned the migration to ETH. So am I understanding that it's no longer a Solana project?
We are still Solana. We're going to be a cross chain. The way we're trying to do is that we're going to have NFTs on both platforms, and the game will be using these NFTs to enhance the game. So some are going to be for one purpose and another ones for different purpose, but we're aiming to be cross chain.
Okay. Is there any special reason why the choice to go ETH? Was it always kind of in the roadmap or anything like that?
Well, there's various reasons. I think it's great to have the audience and not be particular to only one chain. There's benefits in being in both chains. Like both chains are amazing. Like Solana has some great stuff. It has very low gas fees. It's super quick. It's super friendly. So it made sense to be with them. But Ethereum is also, it's probably the biggest, and has some things to offer that Solana can't. So if we can be cross-chain, there's no reason why we shouldn't.
Yeah, makes sense. Definitely want to capture a wider pool, right? Cool. Let's get into a bit of the details then. As far as gameplay and features go, what would you say is the core gameplay loop of Angelic?
Well, it's based on the heroes. So the core gameplay, it's you get some missions. Most of them are short missions where you have to go and do quick runs and kill something or investigate something. And sometimes you might use 2 heroes, sometimes you might use 8 heroes. So all of these have different abilities, and you need to use them wisely and make very strategic decisions to complete the missions. So the whole aspect of this is single player talking. The whole aspect of the game is to learn how to use all these players and how to succeed by knowing them very well and using them the best possible. Talking about multiplayer, the PvP that we're releasing as well, you're going to be able to start up with 3 free heroes that we're giving away. So at the beginning, it's going to be free to play. So you get 3 free heroes. And then we're going to be selling some of these NFTs, very, very low entry barriers. So anybody can actually buy the NFTs to play. So if you want to have more characters to play against each other, you can do so. and that will give you the ability to create your team, and then when you play in player versus player, you can actually compete against other people.
I see. Very cool. And what about, so, you know, do you have a lot of kind of like social features built already, or plan to build, with regards to like a party system, or is it only solo play? Because you talked about PvE, but it sounds like it's only a one player kind of play to thing. Are there any plans for like a multiplayer but a PvE scenario? Maybe like I'm not sure how it will work in a turn-based kind of strategy thing, but if there are plans to kind of do like a dungeon or a raid, so to speak.
Absolutely. I think the best way to describe this is we're gonna release in three stages. So our next playable build is gonna be in Q1 on next year, which is gonna be a player versus player, where it's gonna be two or three different arenas or one or two, and then in that arena you would kill each other like player versus player. So that will teach people how the game plays, how the character skills have a basic of techniques, and how uh, all the players can learn about the game. So that's the first stage of our game. Then we're gonna release something called Nexus Mission, which is the single player mode, where then the lore and the story and the corporations, infestation, the ice, the goddess, and all these super cool things behind the game are gonna start coming more into play, because on PvP you would not really know the lore, but when you start playing the single player, you would get this lore. That would be like the second stage of the game, and then the third stage would be a multiplayer, where we're just gonna upgrade the game so it's a multiplayer, where this is gonna be like a massive metaverse where guilds would compete with each other. You're gonna have mega structures where some people would do the grinding for the things to create new NFTs. So some people would be doing professional esports tournaments. Some people would be doing the investment. So this is where everything completely transforms. And when we release these, you would not use our characters. You would use the characters that you create. Like these characters, that the heroes that we have, they would be like NPCs, because everybody would want to use those and it wouldn't be fair. So you would be able to create your own characters and build your own weapons, and live inside the Angelic ecosystem with your creations. And that's one of the beautiful things that we are expecting, is that people would be able to create whatever, and maybe you create a super cool character that everybody loves, and then become super famous, and everybody wants to buy your NFT that you created. So that's our vision of collaborative environment in the future.
Yeah, that's really very, very nice to hear, because I think one of the more underutilized kind of ways that you can kind of leverage blockchain technology is actually co-creation, right? And we don't see a lot of games kind of make use of that. So it's very nice to hear that Angelic is kind of building the tools to allow players to create different types of NFTs, as you say, or like weapons and stuff like that. What about the sharing of profits from the sale? Let's say if I were to create an NFT that turns out to be a big hit among other players, and it's generating a lot of sales and stuff like that. Do I get a bit of a commission there?
Yeah, absolutely. You would get the royalties like any other NFT. The creator royalties are there. Right now, we were seeing a bit of issues on Solana, but I'm sure this is gonna disappear quite shortly. But people, when they create something, they would get the royalties. We're not aiming for this to be the main motor for people to join our game. We want the game to be super fun, and not a tool to make money. We want people to come enjoy the game, and if they can make money and they can own the assets instead of giving them to the developer, it's what we try to aim. We are trying to stay as far away as possible from this play to earn, because it creates this mentality of the game is not fun. So yes, people would be able to make money, have NFTs, sell them after, level them up. You would earn stuff for doing tasks in the game, but we're not aiming people to come and see this as a job, you know.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
well, we try to be super clear about this from the beginning.
I see. Yeah. I think it's definitely a very sustainable way to go about it. So good to hear. Awesome. Uh, so I think that covers more or less what the gameplay is like and some of the features, some of the social features. Let's talk a bit more about the NFTs and the tokens that are involved. Can you go through real quickly to introduce to us again some of the NFTs, especially at the early stage, the kind of NFTs that we can expect to see in game, and the tokens that we can expect to see in game.
Okay, perfect. Regarding the NFTs, before I go into the in-game NFTs, let me tell you about our poster campaigns, which is what we're whitelisting right now and what the winners today are gonna get.
Awesome.
So we have these free posters that we are giving away our community and any community that's interested uh, as a reward for being participant with us, and they're all gonna be free. So we have a series of 8 posters. Right now, we're about to launch our third poster, which is the whitelist you're going to get. We did 2 before. We did one with Fractal, we did one with Project Galaxy, and we are about to announce the third one. And the thing with these posters, as I mentioned, they're all free. They're a reward for the community. And the more you collect, the more you can exchange for in-game rewards. So let's say, for example, you have 4 different posters. You can swap it for level 4 of the reward. So level 4 is a legendary character. Or if you manage to collect all 8 of them, you get the top reward. So you get a super cool. Actually, we haven't announced what's the top reward 8, but the 7 is actually 2 characters: a legendary goddess and I think a heroic class fighter. So with these posters, you would be able to trade it for in-game NFTs. So
Nice.
that's one side of NFTs. We're gonna be doing this until the game release, so we're really excited and we're super happy how it's going with our campaigns with the posters. On the other side, we have the in-game NFTs, which probably the uh, most identifiable or the first ones that we're gonna be releasing are the heroes NFTs. So we're gonna have skins for these heroes NFTs, and we're going to be releasing different layers. So you have the heroic, which is basic. You're going to have legendary. You're going to have archangel. You're going to have goddess. So different layers of rarity. Now, it's super important for us not to become a pay to win, because if we
Yes.
give the best, if we give the best qualities to the most expensive NFT, we become a pay to win. So that's something we really want to also be very far away from. Because if somebody who has never played just goes and buys the best NFTs and then kills everyone, it's not fun for anyone. So our highest NFTs, we're trying to get off-game rewards. So the highest tier of our NFTs, they will give you intellectual IP rewards. So for every transaction in the secondary market, the money goes into an IP pool, and this IP pool will be distributed between the people holding these super NFTs, like super high NFTs. So that way, these NFTs are not in-game advantage, but
Nice.
they give an advantage to investors. Uh,
Mm,
another another thing that we have created with these NFTs is that you level them up on the game. So the very basic layer that you can buy quite simply, they got like $10 or something like that. You can level them up to level 10. So if you get into the game and you really say, okay, this is the game I really want to play, then you can buy higher tier NFT, maybe a legendary, which you can level up to level 20. So then you can actually play and become better in game. So you have the option to play the game and try it for little money. And then if you really get into it, you can buy better NFTs. And also this leveling up will give the chance to the community to be able to actually grind. You buy an NFT with level 0, you level it up to level 10, and then you can sell it as level 10 NFT. So a lot of people who want to save some time can just buy it, and there's an option for people to make some money out of doing this.
Yep. Awesome.
Down the line, we're going to have weapons, we're going to have vehicles, we're going to have mega structures, we're going to have a lot more NFTs, but I think we wouldn't have time to talk about all of this at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I think down the line, especially with the phase 3 or stage 3 that you talked about with that whole metaverse play, for sure you're gonna need a lot of different elements, right? Lot of different types of NFTs involved there. But as for the short term, with the PvP mode coming out Q1 next year, just the basic ones will do, I suppose. Okay, awesome. And maybe just a brief mention about the tokens as well. Is your standard kind of governance and utility token, 2-token model?
Yeah, we have 2 tokens. We have the Angel coin, which is ANGL, and that's going to be our governance token. That's going to give DAO rights to our holders. Angelic is very much into communities. The main aim of the creator of Erkan, who's the founder and CEO, was to be able to create a game where people is very involved. Like in the first prototypes in 2016, they were looking at virtual reality and stuff like that, but then it evolved into Web3 and how actually players can have a say on the game. So this has really become something that will be impacted by the DAO mechanism, and this will really have a big power on the decisions of the game. So Angel Coin is very important for that. And then we have Ncoin, which is in-game token. This will be used to craft NFTs and do various roles, pay for things inside the game. But it's very important to note that you need more things than this coin. Like, not only because you buy a lot of the Ncoin, you're going to be able to create all the NFTs that you want. You need to play the game and get resources that are acquired only in-game, so you can actually craft NFTs like blueprints for weapons and materials for vehicles and so on. So you actually have to play, and it's not okay, I buy a lot of Ncoin and then I can build my super character.
Yep. Okay. So with regards to, I guess we spoke about this already a little bit, but with regards to what we can expect in the very near future and medium and long term, I guess you mentioned the the 3 phases of development already. Is there anything else you want to highlight, with regards to roadmap and things that the community should be aware of?
Sure. Well, we're gonna give away 3 NFTs. So anybody who goes to our website and register is gonna be able to claim 3 free characters for the PvP. So we're gonna do a round where we give away 3 characters, 3 heroes to everybody who has registered. We're super happy. We have around 60,000 registration in less than 1 month. So we're really happy about that. Then we're gonna do a private sale for some of our investors if they want to buy or purchase any of our NFTs. That's gonna be done shortly. After, we're gonna do a private public sale of the NFTs, and this is gonna be very close to the actual PvP launch, and it's gonna be after we release a playable demo to influencers and partners. We find that most people in Web3, they sell the NFTs before there's an actual way to see the game, and then people has lost trust, because this has happened so many times that people buy NFTs and you haven't even seen the game, you don't know what you're buying. So we actually want to release first like a playable build that people can actually see how the game is, and then we release the sales. By no means is we trust so much in our game. We know that the game is there. The game is going to be super fun. The game is going to be something people will be interested. So that's why we are so confident. We will first release a playable build, and then we will release the NFT sales.
I see. And when exactly can we? Do you have like a guesstimate about when the
Q1 of next year is going to be the sales and the launch of the PvP arena.
Okay, awesome. Cool. So I think that right about covers most of what we need to cover in terms of what the game is all about, the roadmap, the NFT, the tokens. Yeah, I guess we're good to cover. Sorry, we're good to go into the question and answer section now. Yes. Did you have anything else before I do that, Jose, that you wanted to cover?
No, I'm happy. I'm sure more things will come, but they're going to be from questions from the community. I'm happy to move into the next section.
Awesome, cool. Okay, let's take some questions from the AMA chat then. I think we have a couple of questions here, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't forget, we've got 10 whitelist spots to give away. So make sure to ask the questions. Yeah. Jose, I'll let you go ahead and pick the questions here.
Sure. I see one question, so I'm going to answer that. So it says, this is from iGene, and is there an existing app for the game for mobile users, or is this PC only game? What's the advantage of buying the NFT? So first question, we do not have an app, and the game is focused on PC only. We have the ability to make it a mobile game later down the line, and we are actually kind of considering, but it's not something that it has been decided yet. But for the time being, it's going to be only PC. And what advantage is to buy the NFT? Well, if you buy any NFTs, you will get access to the game, so you can play the game. And the NFTs are not super expensive. They're going to be very the lowest rank, the heroic rank. They're unlimited, so they have unlimited supply and they have a fixed price. So the advantage is that you can play even if you have only one character. You don't need all 8 characters to play, or there's going to be more characters down the line. You don't need all of them to play, so you can actually play the game. What other advantages you can get? Well, you can level them up, you can sell them after, you can learn how that character works. You can sell it on secondary market. We do not set the prices of the secondary market, but some of the free NFTs that we've been giving away are doing okay for something that has been given for free. So we're quite excited. We think there is reasons to buy the NFTs, and hopefully everybody shares this opinion with us.
Awesome. And guys, I just linked the link tree there for Angelic, so feel free to check it out as well. I think you got to register on the website. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. So if you go to our website, you just go in the homepage. You're gonna see a link where you can register, and that will give you 3 free NFTs just for registering, for you to try the game, to see how it is, see if you like it, and then you can start buying NFTs. We don't try to get money by selling NFTs. We want everybody to try the game, to get involved, to play it, to like it, and then you can start buying NFTs. It's a try before you buy kind of mentality.
Awesome. Actually, just looking through to some of the artwork here, it's come a long way. It's really striking. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah, our team comes from AAA games, so they're very experienced. They're working 24/7 to release these. Something that people underestimate is how long it takes to make a really cool game. You know, see this big I don't know, like Web2 developers that they take 3 years to make this amazing game. They announce it, and 3 years after it comes, and everybody's super ecstatic. In Web3, like, most games are so far a bit simple and they don't take so long. So the expectation is that the games come very quick. But a real AAA game it does take a long time. It does take a lot of talented people working behind the scenes, and that's why we had to change a lot of our roadmap. We had to streamline it to be able to deliver this game, because it's not an easy task with a smaller team compared to Web2 teams to deliver a high quality in such a short notice, like not notice, but short time. Like the team has been working since 2020 and to create this game.
Yep. And I think one of the things that, in my opinion, that sets Angelic apart from most of the other games is the emphasis on two things. Firstly, the dull mechanism that you talked about. I remember reading the white paper. It might have changed since then, in terms of the actual version of the white paper. But I remember that the dull mechanisms were very clearly defined, like what role the dull people would have, and then also the other thing was how much attention detail there was with the law. How so? Just out of curiosity, sorry to sidetrack you a little bit, but how long did the law take to be developed?
Well, I don't think there's a right answer. The founder Erkan started all this like back in 2016, and he had the idea, and he always had the idea of creating something along these lines. So probably many years ago he started doing this. And the lore is very complex. If you go to our new webpage, you can see a bit of the story. You can see corporations because this is based in the near future. So corporations actually created these neo humans, which are the angels that are our heroes. And then there's been a war, and then the corporations, some of them got destroyed, some of them didn't. This woman called Iset, the goddess, which is
Yep.
the first neo-human created, uh, spared the corporations in the neo-human war, but nobody knows why. She kind of sees the future, and then on the other side, there's alliances that they fight on the other sides, and then just to put more stuff into the mix, there is infestation, which is this kind of virus that goes around all the galaxy, and whatever
Mm.
it touches, it gets destroyed. But only one of the characters, which is called Celine, is the one with blue hair. She can actually cure these infested characters, and two of our heroes are actually infested. So there's lots of layers into the lore.
Yep. Yep.
As
Yep.
I said, I've been 1 year in the company, and I still learn about the lore so much every day. It's like it could be a saga of books. It's so good and so deep that it gets you very uh, engaged.
Immersed.
And
Yep. Immersed and engaged for
yeah,
sure.
immerse, exactly. And you
Mhm.
start the game with this guy who's called Phoenix, and he was chasing with his friends Sander, who's my profile picture, and his girlfriend Aurora. They were going to a beacon that appeared in a planet, and then they actually get killed by this woman called Eva, which is kind of like a trickster and likes to play uh, mind tricks and stuff like that. And then that's another of your characters. So you start playing with this guy who died, the girlfriend that also died with him, but now they cannot be together because now they're near humans. Your best friend and the person who killed you. So the mix is a bit crazy. And then there's these infested people in there, which one is an alien who's called Robrogon. And then there's Daeva, which is used to be a ballerina, a soprano ballerina, but she got infested. Now she doesn't speak, but she still has all this beautiful artsy class, and it has so much things going on that I can't wait to play the game.
Yeah.
We in our team chat we get FOMO about playing the game just by talking about stuff like this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I think it's very very important. That backstory, the lore is very very important, especially for games. Like for NFT projects not so much. You could argue that point actually for NFT projects, but I feel like with games, it's very very important, I suppose, especially with certain genres. Cool. I think we have another question.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Would there be new heroes to be released in the future? Yes, absolutely. The team is working on new heroes. There's actually one coming that has Asian uh, blood, like Asian roots. So, or that's a little tip I can tell you for the future. There's one coming super cool that is kind of Asian. Um, So there's going to be more characters coming along the way. Some of them are still work in progress. Some of them are already, like, if you see my profile picture, his name is Sander. He's one of the main characters, but you do not see him on the new webpage. That doesn't mean that he's not there. It means still he's he's still being working on and getting the 3D model and all the details and everything. If you go
Yep.
to our webpage and you zoom in into one of our photos, the level of detail is insane, and these are renders from the game. Like the the detail that you can see is close to nothing I've seen. Like new AAA games in Web 2 have this level of detail. So we're trying to compete with these kind of games at the moment.
Yep. And what engine is it built on?
Unreal 5.
Yeah, it has to be, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the art is really beautiful.
it started on Unreal 4, and we knew Unreal 5 was coming. So around 2 months ago, there was the transition. So we moved everything from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, and it was quite successful. And now everything's being developed on Unreal 5.
Awesome. Cool. Guys, any more questions? Feel free to ask, yeah, because they're we've got 10 whitelist slots at the moment. We've got 2 questions only. If there are any more, please ask before we end the session, okay? And then the rest of the whitelist slots will be given away through community events, which is will be conducted right after this, actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, Yumi, but I think it's right after this, so we'll do a giveaway there.
Perfect. Yeah, we can.
Just give everyone 30 more seconds to kind of type the last 3 questions, if any, and then we'll take it from there.
I can tell you who's my favorite character, and everybody in the team, they all have their favorite character for different reasons.
Yeah,
So
Xander is probably yours, right? I mean, he's a profile picture.
yeah, actually, it's not. I don't know why I choose him, and I always use him as a profile picture. Sander is. It wouldn't be my first choice. I used to like Daeva a lot, the one that is very trickster. But I think now I really like Pale Phantom, which is an assassin. Is one of our newest characters. He's
Is it
an
the one on the
assassin.
extreme right? The one with the horns and
Is
the feather.
No, that's Daeva. That's the ballerina.
I see.
So Pale Phantom is the one next to the blue hair with wings. He's an
Oh,
assassin, but he's very classy. Like he is very silent. He loves good food. Yeah, that's the Eva. That used to be my favorite one. But Pale Phantom right now is if I would choose one right now, I would say Pale Phantom. And a little secret is our founder and CEO. His favorite is Aurora. He really he's been known for expressing this openly, and he really likes Aurora. She's like the sharpshooter kind of character, and she used to be the girlfriend of Phoenix, the kind of leader of the team.
I
So
see. Definitely buying.
yeah, Pale Phantom.
Yeah, definitely buying Aurora. This is the founder's favorite. Have to buy it.
Yeah,
Sure, overpowered
I'm,
for sure.
I'm sure it's gonna have some super cool powers
Yeah,
hidden
for
that
sure.
only he knows.
Awesome. Let's just check back real quick if there are any more questions. I think someone is typing here. We'll just let him finish.
By the way, I don't like him because he's a womanizer.
I
I just like his character.
I see. Awesome, guys. So I think that kind of sums up today's session. I don't think there are any more questions because Jose here covered everything very much in detail. But the website has been linked, so everything is all there. If you guys have any more questions, of course, you can always contact Jose, maybe through Discord or Twitter, to find out more. Cool.
I see a quick question. Do we have a game trailer? One of the big roadmap changes was to cancel the game trailer because it was taking lots of time because of how how well all these images have to look. This video. So we have decided to postpone that and focus 100% on making the game. There will be small trailers, but there would not be a big production trailer that you might expect on a game like this. So first we're focusing on delivering the game and having a playable build, and then we're going to release a trailer. There is lots of trailers from the old build to have an idea how the game is. You're more than welcome to see them on YouTube. But from the new characters and new build and all that, it hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, and I think people probably don't know, or maybe they do know, but trailers are actually very expensive to make now, especially with the kind of quality that we're trying to build here with Angelic. It definitely is very pricey.
It's more the time consuming. We're like we don't mind doing the money is the all the artists and 3D artists and everything have to be doing scene by scene and making the trailer work. The script and everything is done, but it takes so much time to get the audio, to take the visuals, to take the 3Ds, to make the whole thing properly. Because if you release a trailer, you want to make it as best as you can. So it would take actually it would probably take a month of work from many people. So that people would not be working on the game just to focus on trailers. So we rather have all our hands on deck to make the game, and then we can do the trailer.
Yeah, makes sense for sure. Definitely, especially with the Web3 pace of things, as we mentioned, compared to Web2, there's a lot more pressure to ship something out ASAP, right? So definitely want to
Absolutely.
focus on that. Yeah, awesome. There's one more person typing. And then we'll kind of close it off after that. Yeah, I think he or she stopped typing. Rain, did you have something to type? I think it was Rain. Yeah, I'm not saying the name wrong.
Well, if more questions come, you can always come and ask in our community. We're super happy to answer them there. We are very open, or you can just subscribe in our website and try the game for yourself. We're giving for free characters, and so everybody can come and try them. Super happy if you come and ask questions. Actually, some of our community members probably know some answers better than I do. They know the lore upside down, and they ask me questions from the lore that I sometimes don't even know.
Yeah, the gamers are definitely a very, very, very engaged bunch of people. Cool. Okay, guys, we're going to stop this one here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I have linked the link tree up here for anyone to check out if you're interested. And then do check out the Discord as well. If you've got more questions, make sure to tune in and ask your questions and interact and learn more about Angelic. Because I think the lore is definitely very, very deep, and it's a big part of the game for sure. And thank you again, Jose, for sharing the project with us and for spending some time with us here today. Thank you also for the 10 whitelist spots for the community. I'm sure they're very thankful for that.
Cool. My pleasure. It's been great to be here. You've been a fantastic host, and you have an amazing community. Really, maybe we can do this again sometime in the future, closer to the launch or whenever you want.
Of course.
Really, thanks for your time and thanks for inviting us.
Thank you. Awesome, guys. We're going to close this one here. Yep. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.